Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Critical Care Now's one year birthday party, birthday celebration. I want to welcome Matt Schuba and Alex Presser. Why don't you guys go ahead, say hello, and introduce yourselves? Matt, why don't you go first?
Hi, everybody. My name is Matt Schubert. I'm an intensivist at the Cleveland Clinic, and I am the senior editor with Critical Care Now, and I work in the airway and vent state.
That's right, Alex.
Hi, I'm Alex. I am an ER nurse at heart, currently working in the critical care unit here in Minneapolis. I write with the Bedside Warriors.
Awesome. And it would have been amazing to have every single contributor on Critical Care Now, but a year into this, we have over 45 people who are contributing. So, everyone would be about this big on the screen. So it goes without saying that this is a co-op of education, a group where everyone is out there putting daily foam ed. Everyone's doing a little heavy lift to give you really the best educational content that I've seen for critical care and resuscitation that's out there. And we're 1 year old. We started off being a very straightforward, simple website, if you will, with one post per day. And then we've grown in that time from, Monday, start off with, Blades and Breathing, which is Matt's group, and an incredible group of people who talk about ventilators, airway management, surgical airways, medications. It's really one of the most popular groups on the site. Tuesday, we have the resuscitationists, where there's medical and trauma resuscitation. We're just talking about resuscitating people. And Wednesday is the subspecialists, really collective of, endocrine, renal, GI emergencies, the people that you call to help you out at the bedside during resuscitation. Thursday is our modern alchemists, which are the pharmacists. And, we have one MD as part of the group, but for the most part, it's a group of pharmacists who are creating that content. And pharmacists have become such a staple in our departments. Who better to run a daily site or weekly site than them? Friday, we got back to basics. We call it the vitals. And that's just for residents and fellows who are learning about critical care, but there's still some really advanced nuggets that are in there. Saturday is for radiology and ultrasound, and that's also been a very multimedia type of group. And then Sunday you have your week in the review. So that's how we started. And where we've gone in short order is we've added a few more days. The first day we added was bedside beyond albuterol, right? That was the respiratory therapy day. We thought that so many respiratory therapists were coming on and putting comments with regard to mechanical ventilation that we said, well, why don't we just make a whole day by respiratory therapists, for respiratory therapists. And that day just really exploded. I mean, it's amazing how many DMs I get from respiratory therapists who, first of all, want to join that day and ask how they can join, or just complimenting the posts. What was the next day after that, Matt, that we added in? Was it the educators?
Yes, yes, that was next.
Yeah. So, how do you teach at the bedside? How do you teach the teacher to be a more effective educator? And so Jen and Zach Repenchek, George Willis, Danya Kaluja, and Jenny Beck Esme joined to create education. So now on Wednesday we had 2 posts. Thursday we had 2 posts. The next one was really Bedside Warriors, which was secretly a day that I've always wanted to do, and we finally got the right pieces in place. And Alex, being one of them, who's leading the charge in that group, was fundamental in getting that day off the ground. Alex, you're the most recent addition to the group. What has been the response that you've heard from other nurses and other people about the education coming out of those days?
Everybody so far has had such good things to say about it. I get a lot of messaging about getting involved. Many people want to write for us or make content, and I would say keep that coming because we're always happy to get people involved if they really want to. So far, it's been a lot of uphill, but it's been super rewarding and super fun.
Yeah. It's a co-op of education, so if anyone's listening on the chat, they wanna join in, please reach out to us, and then we'll get you. You can come in for a guest post, or we can make you, if you're up to it, to being a continuous contributor. I also want to know in the chat, if you're up for it, let me know what your favorite day of the week is, and your favorite posts. I want to ask you all what your favorite post of this past year are. There were some posts. There was one post I'll remember. I think it was by Mike Javid that wound up on like the Google. I think it wound up on like the Google like news homepage, which like was bananas to see like a website 6 months old winding up there. That was my favorite post just because of the metrics of it, I gotta say. But do either of you have a particular day that jumps out at you as being like this was like this? And it can be your post. You can spare humility here and just say it. What was your favorite posts?
I think, it's the thing that you kind of already highlighted about what we do is the fact that we have this multi-professional, build to us. So I think one day that's always been really nice to learn from is the pharmacy day, and to get an impact from pharmacists, get an insight from pharmacists on how they approach things. So I think there's been a lot of really high yield posts out of their day. Obviously, I'm a big fan of our day, Monday, with airway and ventilators, blades and breathing. There's been a lot of interesting posts looking at different ways to approach the airway or to approach the ventilated patient when you're having difficulty with them. But now that new things have come online with like the respiratory day, the Beyond Albuterol, and the Bedside Warriors Day, it's interesting to learn the perspectives from different professionals, and in some ways, honestly, maybe answer questions for you that you'd be too shy to ask, since it's outside of your domain. So I think the combination of those factors has been awesome.
Yeah, I totally agree. Alex, would have been some of your, I mean, you joined recently, but any posts that stick out in your mind as just being like, this is game changer or something that changed your practice?
For me,
Yeah.
Honestly, I really love Bedside Warriors. That's so cliche because it's the page that I write for. But I have been a FOMED junkie since I was in nursing school, trying to, supplement my education. And there's nothing really out there for just nursing. So my goal when I'm writing is to make kind of complex ideas and concepts more digestible, not just for nurses, but for anybody. I just want to make it like you said earlier, like kind of like a safe space. I also really love airway, and that's always been a passion of mine. I've worked with Ducanto many times on the salad project. So that's another one of the pages. Monday, I guess, is my favorite day. I don't know.
That's all right. Monday, your check's in the mail, says Matt.
Yeah.
No, Monday is an amazing day. It's heavy, but I think people find value for certain things in all the days, and so that's why it's such a great website, and it's why some of the personal messaging that people have sent me have been so kind. It's just I think people find they like the website, but then they find a couple of days that they really follow, and they'll tune in. And if you are late, God forbid you are late with that post on that day, you will get a message, and so that's just a testament to how much people are depending on. So that's cool. I saw that Rahel Gizzi jumped on here. I have to, I totally blanked on this, but one of the amazing things about this is that it's not just all clinicians who are writing for the page. We have some illustrators who are not only clinicians as well, but to really help illustrate in a way that helps to make the information stick. And Physician Doodles, Rahel, is definitely one of those teams, one of those members of the team, so we got to give them a shout out. Again, I want you to encourage you in the chat, if there's any day that you really enjoy, let us know and we'll give them a huge shout out. But I also wanted to go ahead and do the announcements of some of the things that are coming for this year. And the first thing has already launched today. If you were on the website, you noticed this new site called Get Lit. And it's like, Get Lit? What are we talking about here? It's actually Get Literature. And what we're doing is we're doing literature review in the Critical Care Now way. There's a lot of websites that do literature reviews, and they're very good. But one of my gripes with some of those websites is that they just basically take the article and rewrite it for you again. And, I'll read the article anyway, so that's not helpful. I want a way where there's people I can trust that will come and distill the information out so I can take a look at a glance and see if I'm going to invest the time to read the whole article. And that's what this Get Lit every Tuesday is going to be about. Jen Axelban, Fraser Mackay are going to be doing this. Essentially, you can go to the page now. Check it out. You'll see an infographic that's going to distill all the information down and also rate it on a scale of 1 to 5. And then we'll go into a little bit of more of a deeper dive. This is not a replacement for you reading the articles. You always should read the primary literature and find your own flaws. But this is a good way to see someone else's perspective. And again, also just suck out all the juice, if you will, from the literature. And I think this day is also going to be one of those, or this section is also going to be one of those posts that just goes off the charts. So check out Get Lit if you haven't already. So that's the first big thing that I'm really proud of. The next thing I want to announce was this Critical Care Lounge that we're going to be launching. This is a joint effort with Cooper Hospital and CriticalCareNow, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to start off once a month. We may go to twice a month, but we're going to get experts to sit around roundtable and talk about some concepts in critical care. We're going to be starting off with ECMO, but it might be refractory hypoxemia, it might be refractory shock. These are not didactic lectures where we're going to spoon feed information that's already known. This is where the experts, where they congregate and where they discuss those gray things in medicine. So we'll have Matt and Alex and other people from Critical Care Now as participants. But that is going to be something that you can expect regularly to happen. It'll be a show that you can sit and watch live and participate, or you can watch after the fact. So it's just going to be another piece of content for you to have. The next thing is we are going to be offering CME for the website. And this is something I am so psyched about because I know a lot of people spend time reading the education, spending time on the website, and I wanted to be able to give them the credit for doing that so they can take it back to their institution. So it's stuff you're doing anyway, now you can provide proof of it. And that's going to be going live next week. We're just working on the last little details on the website. But essentially, there'll be 3 levels. The first is just to get CME credit. That'll be just the basic level. There'll be a mid-tier level where you're going to get some extra bonus lectures per month that are going to be recorded that you can watch at your own leisure. So it's bonus content, if you will. And then the final tier is going to have all of that plus additional sessions where you can hang out with critical care and other faculty. Well, we'll do like once a month. We'll do Zoom type meetings where we'll get together, we'll talk about some cases. I think that'll be a lot of fun, not only for the people who are attending, but also for the faculty, because I know Matt and I have talked about this before. I love hearing people's cases. I love to hear how people worked on their cases. I like to hear the things and nuances that they do. And it only makes me a better clinician when I have that. So that'll be happening. In about a week, we'll be launching that. There'll be an announcement about that. Two more announcements. The first is there's a whole bunch of swag on the store. This one just came out. We're going to be trying to do more consistent swag, and not just all Critical Care Now stuff, some other kind of medical humor type stuff that hopefully you'll enjoy. And I know many of you have been on the website, so thank you for that. And then finally, the thing that I'm really excited for, and more details on this soon, is we're going to do the first Critical Care Now conference. So one day, it's going to be virtual this year. Perhaps in the future we'll do it live, but a one-day conference where the speakers will all be people from Critical Care Now. And that will be part of the CME package. Again, more details later, but just wanted to bring you a conference with your favorite content producers that would be live, that you can interact with, and something that I think many, many people will be excited and register for. That's a lot. That's a lot to unpack. And I want, again, if you have any comments in the chat, I'm checking the chat here to see if anyone, guys, do you have any comments, anything else that you want to add?
Well, I think this is a really exciting time. It's thinking back to when we started. It's amazing how much growth we've had, and especially into these multi-professional areas. And it's neat to think about growing beyond just what we put on the page every day, but adding, continuing education and conferences and things. So I'm excited for for us and excited for the people that are going to learn with us.
Yeah, I want to create more of a community. I don't want this to be kind of, you're just coming to us reading and leaving us. I want you to feel like you're part of something bigger. And I think having a conference will do that. I think having a See Me package where you can come and hang out with people, ask them your questions, even have a Facebook chat community where you just feel like this is the place you're going to come to. There's lots of ways you can go about education, but as you know, these days there's so much. There's too much that's out there. And if you have one place that does it all very well reliably, you'll keep coming back to it. So that was our goal with all of these things that we're going to be doing. So I'm very excited. And there's some more ideas that are just percolating, in my mind and a couple other people's mind. But I didn't want to announce any of those until we have firm plans. And those things that I just announced, those are things that wheels are on the ground, and we are moving forward with them. So I'm really, really excited. Let me check the chat real quick. We got a bunch of happy birthdays. That's really nice of you all. I really, really appreciate it. I wanted to also, the last thing I say, I've told people that we'd be doing giveaways, and that is absolutely true. I want to thank all of you for being such supporters of Critical Care Now over the past year, and I want to repay your loyalty. So the easiest way for me to do this is to have all of you go to the mailing list. Go sign up for the mailing list, which is on the right bar of your screen. Put in your email. We're never going to spam you. We're never going to hit you with like, hey, even the swag stuff. You're not going to get emails about that. You only get the weekly reviews, and then only when there's pertinent things happening like CME is launching or the conference is coming. We just want to keep in touch with you, but no spam, I promise. But sign up for that, and then what we're going to do is we're going to randomly select people from that and send a bunch of T-shirts and stickers that actually Rahel Gizzi has done. They're not in my my arm shot right here, otherwise they're phenomenal. But we'll be sending those out to people. So if you haven't signed up for the mailing list, go sign up for that. And 24 hours later, what we're going to do is we're going to go randomly draw some stuff out and send it to you in the mail. We'll contact you, get your address, and then we'll send you that stuff. And finally, if you don't win, don't worry. We'll for this week, we're going to be giving 20% off on the Critical Care Now store for anything on the store that you want. So just go sign up, get some stuff. Birthday 20 is the code, and I'll get you some pretty deep discounts. So I want to keep this short and sweet. I just want to say hello to everyone and mostly just thank everyone for their support. And Matt, Alex, thank you for being here. Any parting thoughts before we let these people go have dinner?
Happy birthday, Critical Care Now.
Awesome.
Second that.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, everyone out there. Thank you, Matt and Alex, for being such amazing parts of the team, and anyone that's watching this on playback that's part of Critical Care Now. I just can't tell you how absolutely proud I am to know you as a colleague and to have you working on this website that we're all working on together. And for those of you who read it every day, thank you for supporting us. It's even if one person followed, it would be enough for us to do this. But the fact that so many people follow and we're over 2,000 views a day is just a testament to the good writing. And we thank you. We thank you for following. It just makes us want to work harder and do more for you. So with that, happy birthday, Critical Care Now. And I wish you all a wonderful Tuesday. And stay tuned next week. We'll have that CME launch. And sign up on that mailing list to get some giveaways and also just to keep in touch with all the stuff that we have for you. All right. Have a great day, everyone. It's really nice to see you all. Take care.